Character SXM. A deep dive Sundays. Mr. T and Friends. Character SXM. A deep dive Sundays. Mr. T and Friends.
Because you are the baddest. Put my money on that, spending me money on that. My girl, you are the baddest. Put my money on that, spending me money on that. Hey, my girl, take my money 'cause you're bad. Take my money 'cause you're bad. Take my money 'cause you're bad. Take my money 'cause you're bad.
You're tight, baby, you grip me nice. You know you're thinking, baby, you love me right. Brace for me, think, come brace for me, think, baby. Roxy for me, think, take everything, girl. You know you're tight, baby, you grip me nice. You know you're thinking, brace for me, think, come brace for me, think.
But she thinking ain't right, she fall in love. Says she flirt with her boyfriend, virgin him up.
Dog life.
Dog life is life. Dog life.
Wow. Girl, I love to feel it gripping. Pulling. Girl, I love to feel it clamping. Clamping. Girl, I love it when you work your pussy muscle. Girl, I love it when you work your pussy muscle. Wow. Girl, I love it when you work your pussy muscle. Wow. Girl, I love it when you work your pussy muscle. What a wow. Girl, I love it when you work your pussy muscle.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Day. Okie dokie, kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? First, let me say to the police officers who stopped me in Juve and shake my hand and told me thank you. It warmed my heart. I was like, oh, okay. I just actually watch. I feel good, feel like $1. And then they started complaining and say, you know that I didn't get nothing because Anna wanted me to sign this craziness and I just don't agree with it. Give me the final calculation and then tell me how much I'm owed because you ain't going to screw me over. I'm going to sign this, I'm going to get 25% and then you say 20 or the other 25% going to go towards taxes and premiums. And then what if I owe more, and then you're going to start to deduct from my salary? No. It's a trap. It's the government. I ain't trusting them. They take so long with my allowance, with my money. I don't trust them, so therefore I go and wait until the final calculations. Meanwhile, you had other officers that was like, hey, just let me sign it. I on pension. I signed it. So an explanation was given by the Prime Minister and also the Minister of Justice during the weekly press briefing, and I'll give you that highlight now. And when we come back, we got some more juicy late night for you, all right? Let's go.
So we worked with a list that was provided to us from the unions. This is the same list that was used back in 2020 for the disbursement. I do believe that retirees are a part of this list, but we do have some information that we need to get, like updated bank information, etc. So there are some amounts that will be coming. So there's another batch, let me say that. In addition to that batch, there are persons who indicated that they did not receive and they were entitled to back in 2020. So we are busy formulating that batch to be able to do that full 75 for them. There are several persons that will come up in this second batch that we're going to be doing within the coming days. As far as it's concerned in terms of how long the union will give us, also in my opening statements, I made mention that attention was shifted, from the overall calculations. And one thing that we've done is extended a caution, so to speak, because to be totally transparent with you, we have persons who were not a part of those calculations back in 2019 and didn't receive that are now approaching and saying, hey, what about us? The constant, or I should say, approach to divert us from getting these calculations done pushes the bar back even more. Some 2 weeks was taken away from our financial controller, who is focused on these calculations. So a word of caution was given to the unions to please allow us to finalize. Of course, we're not looking 6 months and these things down the road, but it's meticulous work. We even have officers, and I mentioned this before, that are doing their own calculations and they want answers. They even want answers about how the calculation was done from 2020, which is something a little bit, you have to delve into that. You have to get persons who are part of that process back then to come in and give those answers, because of course this administration does not have those answers, so we have to seek that. So whilst it is a push to be able to get payments, the payments must be accurate, right? That individual, whilst you may move as a group, when we say unions and when we say meetings are being held and when we say go slow is happening, the individual still wants to know about the individual, and they want that to be accurate. In order for that accuracy to come about, that time has to be given. So we've expressed this very, very extensively in our discussions with the unions. I was made to understand even yesterday, while I was in press briefing, 2 union presidents actually visited my office, even though I was in calm, sorry, not press briefing. 2 unions presidents visited my office because they were with personnel from the other classes who want to know about them. See what I mean? And so when we take that on, it really does slow down the process, because now I have to ask the staff to stop doing the focus on the calculations to bring answers. We have to do this as a team. And that is what I think is lacking between us right now. We are on the final stretch, and there's too much division. There's too much politics being played in the midst here, and it's not a positive thing. So how much time has been given? I'm hoping that they understand the importance of allowing the time to be given in this last stretch so that everyone can be recipients in the end. Yeah.
We were part of the discussions, the last discussions with the union as a council, and yes, there were some members asking about a timeline, and the other members of other unions said it was better not to put a timeline, and then you miss that deadline again. So timelines were given before, and as Minister mentioned, I believe last week or the week before, even in those meetings, this is something that hasn't been done before. It's encompassing a long period of time, and so every time you get into it, you see more things that you had maybe didn't think about, or whatever the case is. So while the minister has a goal in mind, we're going to try our best to meet that goal and then announce when it's done. So we're hoping that we'll be done within short, and we're saying within short without putting a timeline to that, but hopefully with the understanding that it shouldn't be much longer, but do allow, I'm asking really to all those officers, and I've spoken to many on a one-on-one basis, and several were like, they appreciate and understand that we do as a government have serious concern for how long they have waited. We understand their concerns, but anything that is done at this point will only stagnate the process even longer. So please allow the minister and her hardworking staff. I can vouch for the Saturdays and Sundays, and this isn't the first time. This has been ongoing, that they have worked through late nights and weekends to be able to meet these needs. So thank you for your patience thus far. To those who are going to see something on their accounts this week, that's great for you. The others that will come a bit later because they're in another batch, also give us that opportunity to do the due diligence so that we don't have to make corrections after.
Now, of course, so after that long explanation and the shade that was thrown, actually a whole tree was thrown to the unions, basically telling the unions they don't know what the hell they're doing, trust the government. I don't understand how they like this whole divide and conquer thing, but now they, I noticed that the Minister of Justice is doing a very, very illegal thing. And why I say illegal is because you have these employees coming to you, and then you're going to get to know about their specific situation. When you have department heads, you have a whole ministry to deal with also. So you're going to deal with these specific situations in an election year. So they're going to come, and you're going to, talk to them and so on, and then negotiate or assist them, and then say, hey, don't forget January 2024, re-election. I'm not saying that I'm not going to sign off and you're not going to get your money, but if I do, just remember I sign it off, so vote for me. Like, it's kind of borderline, I don't want to say it, but it's kind of like convincing the justice workers that, I'm only going to sign off if you vote for me for next year. Somebody got to look into that. That's not right. I think the Minister of Justice should have an arm's length approach when it comes to that, and just let the ministries do what they need to do, because she has a whole other ministry. She has a whole ministry to deal with, and to deal with these specific cases with officers and excluding the union. I don't think it's a good approach. What do I know? I'm just a stupid comedian on TV. Also, Roxy, yes, I know, it ain't finished yet. It just started. Of course, Roxy was set to perform on Wednesday. She did not perform. However, she was in Anguilla, where she originally resides, but she was born on the French side of St. Martin. So stop minding the woman business where she lived. She could have competed here in St. Martin, and she gave a whole interview on Class FM that we were able to get some footage of. So it was pretty interesting. Take a look.
It came to me like a game of chess. Yes. Because the moment that I walked into the band hall for rehearsal, which was a scheduled rehearsal, and picking of numbers, I was asked to sign a registration form and a new criteria, dated April 25th.
New criteria. A new criteria.
New criteria and registration form. But what I asked, why am I registering for a show that's continuing? It's not a new show. This is the same show. As far as I see, these are finalists. Everybody is already registered. Isn't that why we are here? We're registered and we are finalists. Yeah. And as a result of not signing this document, unfortunately, I was denied the chance to choose a number. I wasn't granted any passes for the show. My dancers, anyone that would have performed with me on stage or accompanied me, I was not granted. Basically, I wasn't granted entry as an artist, as a performer. Wasn't given a number to sing.
What?
And, the band itself was being heavily policed by the committee as well. Because, they would have come out and be like, okay, so we're practicing in order of numbers. So can you tell me what number you are? And I said, well, I don't have a number. They said, well, we can't practice you.
Oh, yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
You were told that?
And it's unfortunate, Hammer, because, I'm friends with everyone. I don't have any bad blood out there.
I know. I was surprised.
If people don't like me for a particular reason, it's all love on my end.
I know.
And unfortunately, I have a purpose that I have to, I have to fight for what I believe in.
Every single time.
I just can't go against what I believe in. This is the way I was brought up.
Yeah.
This is what I know best.
I know.
And even in times when my dad, I've been trying to tell him for a couple of days, The last time he saw me perform was at the eliminations, and he did not even know that the matter went to court.
He didn't know.
You know,
Did he
he
come
just
at
saw
phone?
the press release out like everyone else.
He come in the phone like me bad. No, I said no. Yeah,
You know, and I said, you know, Hammer called me, tried to get some information from me, but so much was going on, so much I couldn't say.
I know.
You know how it is.
See, she ain't calling. Boy, she walking. She busy. You know.
I've been busy. I've been busy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really unfortunate because sometimes, you know, what you stand for doesn't only benefit you.
You're fighting for Calypso itself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What you stand for doesn't only benefit you. And, you know, I've fought many battles, not only in St. Martin, but in Angola as well.
fight battle every
Calypsonians here can tell you. You know, there was a time when you sang Calypso, you get a participation fee, and then if you win or place, when you get paid your winning prizes, you are now deducted that participation fee.
I recall that too.
There was a time when that happened.
Yeah.
And there was a time when I stood up and fought for that to change. And it has changed from the day that I changed it going forward. And the year that it changed was the year that Springer won. And he was paid his participation prize in full and his winning prizes in
I recall
full.
that time. You raised those questions. I
Of
recall that
course.
time. Yeah.
Of course, because it's not cheap, Hammer. Music isn't cheap. The production itself, putting on the show and everything, costs a pretty penny. And, you know, just like everything over the years, prices have changed.
A whole lot of change.
Now it's everything plus tax.
Yeah. So I believe though, St. Martin, though, the guys may have been fearful of you because again, you are known to be that top 8 A-lister. You are a top performer. You're a heavy contender. It just may have been a little fear, a little grudge, a little petty stuff may have occurred there, but it has gone to a different level. That's the problem now.
But give me a chance to show you what I could do. You know,
They didn't want that. They didn't want that.
Don't take me out. You know, don't let me run the race and not pass the baton. You know, I'm in a relay race and I'm waiting for the stick because I already run the first lap, and you're taking it away from me to run the second.
No,
you know,
they were fearful.
and it's interesting to me, you know, and congratulations to the king that was crowned last night. It's interesting to me that, you know, the show stayed on the high that it was for the eliminations, because Dow would have placed first in eliminations, I would have placed second, followed by Fish, and so forth. And last evening, Dow won, Fish came second, followed by Fox.
Yeah. You might have won last night. That's the problem, you see, and that's what the fear. I believe that's what the fear they had, that you might have gotten the crown, and they found some little simple way to get you, to get you, ease out of the process. But that's the way it's at right now. Now you have a judgment in your favor. You did not. You want to sing. Can we expect more legal action? I know that you and Easy might be tight-lipped too. I don't know, but
I mean, that's the question of the day. It even saddens me to know that there was an existing Calypso committee, separate from the Carnival committee, that is supposedly supposed to protect these artists, and they acted not in my favor because of the same reason, because of fear. I sat in a courthouse with the SCDF, with the members of SCAF, led by the vice president, who was the reigning monarch, which is Bobo, and even him himself, these people were against me. How do you separate your longing to win and represent your crown from being a president of a committee?
It's hard for those people.
You have to do what's right.
Bobo surprised me. A lot of people, I was shocked when I heard about Bobo's role. I was surprised because he's an Angular man too, and I couldn't believe that he would have gone against you. But that's how it is, I guess.
You have to do what's right, and the show, crumbled from the outside in. From the committee, from the, the association, and they equally try to tear down Baker as well. And
I know. That's how,
when it comes to me and Baker, we're a team.
That's hard to do. That's how to do. Batman and Robin. Bonnie and Clyde, Batman and Robin. It's impossible.
When I got to the band hall, I saw the faces. I saw, the people, they watched me. And you're seeing this whole thing being documented. Paparazzi, people taking pictures, videos. I didn't even know what was going on. And as they said, so what are you going to do? I said, I'm not signing that. I don't need to sign it. The judge has warranted me his ruling, and you are to allow me to participate in this competition.
That's what I should have done.
It ended with me walking out and then packing up papers, numbers, everything.
Yes, I saw that video somewhere.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Baker as well there was no need for him to sign it because he was already in the show. He was already a finalist and he was penalized. Both of us.
So what it changed?
Baker Jr. and I were penalized for not signing this.
So what it changing the criteria of the show? That was what it was doing.
They changed it. They added new things to it. They had a new complete date on it, along with some of the old existing rules, which you're saying now original, blah, 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 blah. I don't need to sign it.
So what a reason to give for this new criteria all of a sudden at the 11th hour?
Quote unquote, to protect themselves.
Okay.
Right? And, you know, the Calypsonians, because I had a conversation with them. And I've said to them, you know, when someone is fighting, and these people and you guys aren't fighting back, because I know they've just been looking on, watching, but I haven't actually said anything to them. And I said, when a person is fighting, you guys have to wonder why they're fighting.
Why they're fighting.
You know, it's not about money. It's not about winning. It's about principle. It's about the art form. It's about the culture. And the fact that some of them even themselves in the band house said to me they were tricked and they didn't even know. The only reason why, you know, that they signed this document is because they figured, you know, Roxy taking them to court made things a little more difficult and they just want to sign this document. No one even went through the paper thoroughly. All they knew, they were told, sign this paper to get your passes and choose your number.
But for knowing you would have read every line of that document. You read
and
the whole
of
thing.
course. And as a result, Baker did not sign. Both of us were eliminated from the show.
Wow.
It was an immediate breach of the judge's ruling.
All right.
Okay?
So
they went ahead and posted their finalists in the competition, excluding Roxanne and Andrew Richardson.
They publish it too?
Of course.
But then they're in trouble.
This is a lot of it. It's a lot of things that people don't know.
They are in trouble.
They published this information.
You have a copy of that publication?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Of course, Emma. They published this information at 8 p.m. And updated the information after receiving.
Letter again.
After not being notified that they breached. They had already breached the judge's ruling.
Yes.
They updated and placed me somehow randomly number 6.
So you didn't pull a number.
I didn't pull a number.
They had a place.
At 8:45 I get a text message saying, "Hi Roxy, you're number 6."
Number 6. Hey, number 6. Without doing anything. You didn't go and pull up number from a bag, anything. Just number 6.
You're number 6.
Did they pull for you one time?
Show times 8 o'clock.
They were trying to cover the back. But no practice with a band, huh? They crazy.
Exactly.
No rehearsal sessions at all.
No official practice with the band. I can tell you how much the band loves me. You know, the members reached out. Funk Gums as well. You know, they call and they're like, "Listen, we have a sound check. You want to work on something? We could do this. We could do a voice." And the reality of it is, you know, failure to prepare is you know, if I prepare to fail, then I have to
you don't go up there like not you. No time. You want to say you go ready.
Come on, when I come back over,
yeah, you ready.
The people ask me, well, where you was going with all of these things.
Yeah.
This is my stage. This is me, and this is my stage. My costumes, everything inside of here.
Oh, you had all the stuff you had. Okay. Wow.
Fully prepared.
Yeah.
Girls on site, makeup artists, everything.
Wow.
Just through the drain, right? You know,
rough. That's rough though.
It is rough, you know, and I can tell you that I amicably tried, you know, I tried to meet up for this, you know, even at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, I'm still like, hey, what time is sound check? Can you talk to the band? See, they don't want them to do the drama. They don't know what can happen. They're tired. And I understand because we're all tired, you know.
Should have been another problem.
And the fact that they would have placed me back in.
At number 6 there.
And still kept Baker out.
Pull your number,
you know. Him himself, he has a legal case that he can go on with because he's a finalist and they did not allow him to participate. They did not allow him to choose a number. They denied him the rights to participate. They also denied him the right to win $10,000.
Yeah. Well, for sure, in trouble with you. You have a case against them. You have a strong case against them.
I'm a very easy person to please, Hammer. Yeah. And before this matter even went to court, I approached these people. I had a conversation. Even in the court, the judge asked if this matter could be settled outside of court. I said yes. They said no.
Man. They said no?
They said no.
What?
Okay.
The attendance was pretty low. I think SCDF is really, the local shows are not as, you know, as big as the other years, with the exception of Road March. Road March and Backlash was pretty big. But the other shows are Yeah, the attendance level is not as big as they expected. I know SCDF is going to get some problems because, one, they didn't take the subsidy from government this year. And the Minister of Finance, Adwell Irion, did confirm it during the Council of Ministers press briefing last week, Wednesday. This is what he said.
As far as I know, I haven't seen any requests come in from SCDF in regarding to subsidy for this year, unless it's in the Ministry of TIAT. But I know we haven't seen anything by the Ministry of Finance. We haven't processed any payment by us, so I don't know if there is a request in. I can't say that. The Ministry of TIAT would have to say that.
So now that they didn't take the money, this means that they're doing everything on their own, the whole operation. But it's going to be a little bit hard because Sherf Security, remember Sherf Security, who has been securing the village for all these years. This is the first year in many, many years that they are not securing the village due to the fact that the Carnival Foundation owed them for 2 years. They owed them for 2 carnivals. And because they owed them for 2 carnivals, they put a lien on the bank account of the SCDF. So therefore, they can't withdraw any money from the bank account. Yikes. I hope Valkyrie Security have all state, because I don't think they're in good hands. Get it? Because don't worry, you'll get it soon. Anyway, so Valkyrie Security would hopefully they got paid already so that they don't have to worry, because these guys work hard every day in the village. I do see these young persons and the not so young working every day in the village. So I do hope that they do get paid for the hard work that they've been doing for Carnival 2023. Of course, congratulations to all of the St. Martiners who have been, kind and not fighting too much, not stabbing too much, no shooting incidents. So congratulations to you for a good Carnival so far. All right, of course, on Monday, they have the Grand Parade. TV50 will be bringing you that live. And also Tuesday is the second day parade, and then Wednesday, the burning of King Momo, and then it's back to business. And we're going to be focusing on the lovely politics of St. Martin, okay? So, just a couple more days to go. Make sure you enjoy your Carnival. It's going to be a good one. When you go to the village, my favorite booth so far, booth 55, where you have the oxtail pizza, you have to go check it out. Make sure shout out Dimar when he goes there, and Steven. They do a good job there with their oxtail pizza. Also JW3 booth. That's the best after parties. They hold the best after parties in the village. I just wait outside of the village until they open the doors and go straight JW3 for the after parties. They have some good stuff. And make sure you ask for the Dog Life drink. The Dog Life drink is life. Knockout. Sucker punch. And also, Abu Ghazi, the Abu Ghazi booth, that's the Hennessy King. You see the Hennessy bottle right there in the middle of the village. Light up, you can't miss it, for your oxtail, Johnny cake, shawarma, and some other big treats that they have there. And of course, if you're a Hennessy drinker, then you go over to, the Abu Ghazi booth that does it big time every single year, all right? I think that's it for now. Yeah, good. Enjoy the rest of your Carnival. See you back here on Wednesday, and have a safe one. All right, let's begin the show. We'll be right back.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport.